Everyone is saying you can now save 13% on a new home in Ontario, which sounds incredible, but it's also not exactly true. And if you don't understand this properly, you can make a very expensive mistake. Hey, it's Andrew with the DNA Homes team, and I help people just like you make smart real estate decisions here in Guelph and the surrounding area. And right now, there's a ton of confusion out there about the so-called HST Holiday. So today, I'm going to break it down simply, what it actually is, what it isn't, and what you really need to know before you go out and buy new construction. Let's start with what everyone is hearing. Buy new homes under $1 million and save 13%, or up to $130,000. Now, technically, that's where this is heading, but the reality is, it's not one simple tax cut. It's actually two different systems being combined, and that's where things start to get misunderstood. First, you must understand that in Ontario, the HST is made up of two parts, a 5% federal portion and an 8% provincial portion. Now, here's what's happening. The Ontario government has introduced a temporary program that removes the 8% provincial portion of the HST. So that part is real, and it applies to an agreement signed between April 1st, 2026 and March 31st, 2027. So far, pretty straightforward, right? Now let's talk about the other 5%, the federal portion, because this is where things get a little murky. Right now, the federal rebate already exists, but it is mainly for first-time home buyers. So not everybody automatically qualifies for that portion today. Now, Ontario has said they're working with the federal government to match this program so that all buyers could effectively receive the full 13% relief during the same period. But here's the important part. The broader federal piece is still tied to the federal implementation. So if you're hearing everybody automatically gets 13% off right now, that's not quite the full picture. Now let's clear up another big misunderstanding. A lot of people think this only applies up to $1 million. Not exactly. Here's how it actually works. You actually get the full benefit up to $1 million, but it doesn't disappear after that. There's still a partial rebate up to $1.5 million, and then it gradually reduces beyond that. So it's more of a sliding scale, not a hard cutoff. So what does this actually mean for you? Well, it means that every buyer automatically gets the full 13% today. Not every home qualifies though, and not every situation works the same way. And this is where I'm seeing people get tripped up. I had a conversation recently with a buyer who thought they could apply this to a resale home and then save tens of thousands of dollars, and I had to walk them through. That's not how this works. This is specifically for new construction, and even then, there are rules. This is one of those moments in the market where there's just enough truth in the headline to make it sound simple, but there's just enough nuance underneath to get people into trouble. And this leads to the real question. If buyers are saving 13%, are builders actually lowering their prices? Or are they just adjusting the numbers behind the scenes? Because in the next video, I'm going to walk you through what's actually happening with builder pricing right now, and whether this HST Holiday is truly saving you money, or just changing how the numbers are presented. If you're thinking about buying new construction or even trying to understand the market, make sure you watch that next video. I'll link it right here. And if you got questions about a specific situation, feel free to reach out. Because when it comes to taxes, it's not just what you hear, it's what you actually keep. And right now, those two things are not always the same.